Okay, this should be us. I think it's picking us up. All right. And like, we got a little jank going on the screen. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what that is. A
little jank.
It's just a little jank, okay?
Just a little bit.
I'm working on it.
Keyboard, come on.
No.
It's fine. We're doing great, everybody.
So while I'm trying to figure out what on earth is happening, Allie, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, everybody. I'm Allie. I am a graphic designer, illustrator, merch, and dice apparel person. That's my day job. And then I also do things like pottery and painting. And that's right. I have 3 Furbies I just started on 2 weeks ago. We're back, baby. You're welcome. And do GMing stuff and playing the games. Hi, friends. Grace, pivot to you.
Hi, I'm Grace, and I do a menagerie of hobbies like archery and woodworking and reading a lot, just mostly reading and playing video games. And I occasionally play games with Allie, and now I'm playing with Jenna, and I think, have played more games this year than I've ever played my entire life combined, which I think is a life achievement. So I'm really happy to be here, and I get to tippy tappy on the keyboard today to help us build our ship. So, yeah. Jenna, off to you.
Yeah. My name is Jenna. If you haven't figured it out, I'm trying to stream master. We had some nonsense happen as per usual with the overlay and whatever, as one does. I'm here sometimes. I'm on Random Encounters Guild sometimes. I'm also an illustrator and designer, and I think who was it last time? Is Allie everyone's manager, or is Grace everyone's manager?
Yes, we made Allie everyone's manager.
Okay, Allie is everyone's manager. Vanessa is out today. She is helping a friend with things, and we don't need her because we're making a boat. She's not the boss of us today. Today, we're the boss of us. So buckle up.
We're the captain now.
Look at me. We are the captain now. So today we're going to be coming up with our boat, and instead of putting like the rules for how that works or anything up on screen, which is quite frankly your problem as an audience member, we have our character sheet for the ship itself up here that Grace is going to be filling out for us, and we're just going to be heckin' sending it. Oh, hey, Kelly. And the cool thing about Wildsea is that you can do all sorts of nonsense with your ships. Like if you happen to have access to the book or the PDF and you see like the ships inside there, it's stuff like a big boat inside a gnarled broken branch that's like huge, like from a huge tree. And it's like, yes, this is the content that I'm here for. So I'm hoping that we come up with like a really nonsense ship. Yes. I've already had some ideas from things that I have found like on Pinterest or whatever. And I just want to do like some weirdness. I'm not here for like, oh, let's do a pirate ship, but give it solar sails. I love Treasure Planet just as much as the next person. I'm always here for it 100%. But I have that already. So like, let's do something weird is what I'm saying.
Okay, hear me out. We have a boat. A little boat, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then we take that little boat and we put it in a bigger boat.
And then we put that boat in a bottle.
Are we turdunkening a boat?
And then we put that box in another box, and then we mail that box to ourselves.
I just want the scariest boat possible. Like when you look at it or read it on paper, it should be like, that boat doesn't make any sense. How is that going to work?
Yeah, like the beginning of the Bee movie is like, according to all known laws of physics, the bee should not be able to fly. Bees don't tend to care about laws of physics and fly anyway. I don't think those are the exact words, but it's something like that. Yeah, like I want you to see this ship and go, and then we go, shut up, it's Wildsea. Like that's what I
want to confuse our enemies immediately.
So in this world, it is basically everything that used to be of like human civilization is buried under these like forests and forests of trees, like layers and layers and layers of forest tree stuff, right? So I'm thinking, what is the weirdest piece of salvage that we could get from like an existing building, monument, etc., that would then grow up through the trees, and we'd be like, this works. Hear me out, golf course.
Golf course. I immediately
would
went
love-
like some weird statue we lashed to the front of it.
Windmill.
Ooh, a
Holland.
windmill. Like a windmill, like right in the middle?
Yes, from a putt-putt course. There we go. That's my contribution. That's my contribution to this. That's it.
I just
Windmill from a
dumped a bunch of pictures from Pinterest because I am very normal and reasonable about sci-fi stuff and solar punk things. And what I do for fun is like look at those things. And also I'm a little bit in the background still writing a story about it. So like I did a normal amount of character design concept research, just a reasonable, normal person amount, not an autistic amount. Okay. Trust me.
Okay.
And
I'm already
these
in
were the
love with
pictures that
Crab House.
I love the fish. Oh, I wish you guys
Yes.
could see this. This is so cool.
It would be a pain in the butt for me to get some of these up on screen
That's okay.
from
Wait, Grace,
like, if
open
you-
them in the tab that
I
you
was
have
gonna
the
say
thing
if you
open in.
shared your screen,
Oh.
we could put them up, but for me to put them on the screen
Oops,
on the
that's the
stream would
wrong
be
one.
like I would have to add sources and that would just be dumb.
I know how to
Oh,
use
the Hercules
computers
beetle.
and things. Hang on. Okay. I share
If
this
you-
tab instead. Did I do it? Oh, yes,
yeah, it
I
looks like you did.
Look at this.
Ah,
Okay.
she's doxing me on stream.
This
Now my real
hilarious-
name is right next to my real name
I'm
on the stream.
Stop sharing.
I'm so messing with you. Like I
Oh, no. You
That's what I was
person,
like-
you person panic.
No, that was the joke. I use my real name on Discord and I use my real name on Twitch. Yeah, that's just me.
Okay.
It's got my face and everything.
All right, I like the crab spider ship made out of Legos.
Oh,
And like
absolutely.
clearly, like the Lego is only made for young girls, like highly branded for young girls. And they were like, we're gonna make the coolest, creepiest thing out of this.
That is reminding me so very much of one of my favorite creatures, if you can call it that, of all time, which is, I'll drop it in as well, the Tachikoma from Ghost in the Shell.
Okay.
They're adorable. Oh, beetle. Sorry, you're getting me
Yeah,
with these beetles.
So
Bubble.
here's the thing is I saw all of those and I was like,
It's so tiny.
heavy breathing.
So tiny. Oh, I can make it bigger. I'm learning all kinds of things today, guys.
I'm so happy for you.
You think like I don't use a computer for work every day. It's like miracles happening here. I do like the little
Like,
creepy
I love
robot.
that, like, you are like the AV go-to at work. And then you're like, how's Discord? How do you
how things work?
I mean, like valid though. Also,
I'm your most tech
I'm-
literate techie. Okay, but I'm like just in love with this fish.
it's a
Yeah.
very cool fish.
It's such a cool fish. It's such a cool
Also,
fish.
just FYI, I got a lot of this from Pinterest. I honestly couldn't tell you if some of it's AI generated or not. Whatever we come up with is going to be better than what AI came up with, but AI only stole things from other people that come up with cool things. So just
This
so
one
we're clear
reminds
on that,
me-
if any of this is AI, we don't endorse that and it's trash. But with Pinterest, it can be very difficult to tell, and I do my best.
This one's probably AI,
AI
or unless they
AI is a
superimposed it.
tool that can be very helpful for iteration, but it is not an artist.
Look at these people
did I
riding
ever
on the
tell
back
you about
of it.
the bartender that I met who was like I was like at a meadery actually, and he comes up and he's like, like talking to all of us, and my friend Andrew and I mentioned that we're like graphic designers, blah blah blah. And he goes, "Oh, I am too." And he pulls out his quote portfolio, and it's just a bunch of printed AI photo generated pictures. And he's like, "Yeah, this is gonna be my new sleeve." And I was like, "What does it mean?" And he's like, "I don't know, AI generated it, and it's really cool." And I was like, "I hate you." And then he asked for my best friend's number.
I'm just gonna fix
And we were like, "No, you're a chicken shit who won't actually approach her, so no."
So what you say is just
choice.
generate her phone number. What's the problem?
Just
Oh, well, it doesn't
generate,
really work like that. It's not gonna. What's the problem? Oh, because it
see.
hallucinates nonsense? Is that the problem? Is that the
Does it mean you
problem?
don't normally have 18 fingers? That's not normal?
And
Well, you
that-
might get a
the rest
date
of
if
us
you
over
had
here
18
who are
fingers.
I'm like, here's the thing. I will call myself a pretty good artist, but I make mistakes sometimes. Every artist does. And now I'm like,
Mm.
every time the pose isn't quite right, like the shoulder doesn't quite meet up right, does this look like I'm just still learning anatomy because everybody's always still learning anatomy? Or does this look like it just makes everything worse. Like I just actively have like a 10% worse time while I'm doing art, which is something that I love to do, because it's like, am I going to get like, is someone going to like accuse me after I've spent 20 hours on this canvas of like generating it? And the answer is that person can get bent because I know that I did it.
Yeah.
But like,
Bingo.
Sag.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, all that to say, yeah, so of these images that I showed you, I really liked the idea of the ones that had like big, like a lot of glass on them, just because of who I am as a person. Like that's an aesthetic that I love. And I really liked the ones that climbed, like especially the idea of something that looked like or moved like a sloth or like a big beetle or something. So where we're not really like flying through the trees, we're sort of like so like originally I came across these things because I was looking for chameleon images, and then I found one that like was the robotic chameleon, and I was like, oh, that's exactly what I was like, and kind of went from there. But like the idea, like especially chameleons, they have like the big like hump on their back, and they like kind of grab like this, and I'm like, that just feels so right. And chameleons are they're not dumb, but chameleons are fully himbo status. I don't know if you've ever actually like seen a chameleon, but if you like put something in front of them, they'll just kind of like grab it and hold it. And you can like make little 3D printed swords and stuff, and they'll just like hold it. It's beautiful.
I also love the idea of it chameleon camouflage.
How is
that would be a cool ship feature?
Well, Starger, I'm glad you asked. We are our own barrel of monkeys, and we haven't really started doing things yet. But we're having fun. We're having a good time. Okay, wait. And then also there's a shipbuilding guide. Okay. So I feel like we seem to be kind of on the same page as the sort of things that we think are cool. And then we've already decided we're not doing the centipede thing. So even if we're like, oh, a ship with legs, cool, not like a centipede ship, like.
Oh yeah, no, it's just literally like having centipedes on the ship. The actual animal would make me go, yeah.
But like having a ship that was like a mantis shrimp.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Because then it could like walk, but then the shrimp can like curl up, or like an armadillo, like curl up into.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, I love that.
Love
that.
Also, I like the idea of a ship that is. I think it might be in the rules that way, but I like the idea of a ship that's a little bit. I mean, not necessarily alive. I would totally be okay with our ship being like just straight up legitimately an animal of some kind. But even a robot that's like meant to be like an animal, that's something that we can't like fully control. So if Vanessa needed like consequences and hijinks to throw in, she could be like, your ship has decided it's going to the left now because it can smell mangoes and it wants them.
That is gonna bring me back to Athantia. Athantia Wanted, where our ship, as the captain, I may have had a coup staged against me by the ship. It was a thing. But I will say, sentient ship, fun as hell.
Okay. So I'm here's what we're gonna do. Allie, you're the ideas guy, so I need you to get into full
Oh no.
like creative
Oh no.
nonsense ADHD mode. That's you. Grace,
Okay.
you're taking notes and I will steer. That's how we're going to do this.
Okay,
Okay.
Captain.
So just you've got the character sheet up. That's great. I've got the building a ship creation thing up, and I'm just going to go down the line. So
Let's do it.
first, the first thing it says is stakes. To create your ship, you'll need to spend stakes, a special resource used exclusively for shipbuilding. You get 6 stakes as a standard to create your ship, plus another 3 stakes for every player with a character on the crew.
15 stakes. I already got an idea. If we're going with a mantis shrimp, you said full ADHD mode. Here we go. Ship name, the Santa Claus.
That's better than mine, the championship.
Well, in that case, we could just go with the friendship because that's, you know me.
Sorry. You
Grace,
guys have
you
your stuff
don't
pulled
know
up.
me.
I am just
I am still writing. I'm still in the final stages of developing a game called Siren Squad. That's all about like it's a magical girl game about teamwork and friendship and like the power of friendship and whatever. And the resource in Siren Squad is friend chips that you spend to do things together as a team.
I'll go full Powerpuff Girls. I don't care.
You should. I think you would probably enjoy Siren Squad. Then you play a Rainbow Mermaid secret agent. But we're not talking about that right now. We're not
Say less. Say less.
I literally can't. We're not talking about that right now. Right now we get 15 stakes, right? Because 3 stakes for every player. There's 3 of us, so 6 plus 6 is 12, not 15. The math.
But we get 3
3 of us. 3 each is 9. 9 plus 6, 15.
3. Okay, hold on. Different math. 6 stakes standard.
Yes.
3 stakes for every player. 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, yes. That 15, you are correct. I missed okay. We did a team.
Does Vanessa count as a player on the ship?
No, she does not have a character on the ship. These stakes are spent on making choices about the ship's design, fittings, and any extra NPC crew members sailing with us. Having your own stakes to spend allows you to ensure that if there's an option you can't live without, you can afford it on your own, or lets you contribute something toward the basic functionality of the ship. Okay, so we can kind of decide for ourselves what our stakes for each character goes towards. That makes sense to me, sure. First step then is design. When spending your stakes, your group first needs to cover the basics of the ship's design. Every ship needs to have at least one option chosen from the following sections: size, frame, hull, bite, and engine.
Okay.
This is an empty character sheet that I'm looking at. Is there a character creation thing for the ship the same way there is for characters, or?
This is in the character designer. The same place where we designed our own characters. There's just one for the ship. But I don't know if there's one that's already pre-genned. I can look.
I will say
no, we have, but that's okay.
Okay, 1, 2. I do think I already know which frame we're going to need based on what we're looking at. There's sturdy, molded, light, scything, sleek, and the one I think we should probably go for is flexible because it's built for adjustability and responsiveness. Flexible frames are often segmented or jointed in some way, which sounds like
that
what we're
does
going
sound
for.
right. So that was one of the other things I was thinking of before you were like no centipedes, and I was like, oh well, then I probably don't want to do this one. But I was thinking of like cat bus basically. But you know how some buses like in New York or whatever have like the accordion bit between sections? I was like, what if we had like a centipede bus that had like the accordion bits that would move around? And then you were like, no centipedes. And I was like, you got it, boss.
Oh, no, it's just like literally there's an option for like
the centipedes for the critters. Yeah, I got you. I just misunderstood earlier.
That's totally good. Totally. I appreciate it.
Okay. So if you just put flexible frame in there, like if you just choose that option, does it stick? Are we good? Or Or are
Oh.
we?
Yeah.
Okay. And then is it like keeping track somewhere of how many stakes we're using up or how many we have?
It does. So
Oh,
it
yes,
said, so
at
in
the top.
total we have 15,
Yeah, okay.
and it hasn't put in used yet, but I did put in flexible.
What if we throw in a size? Will it adjust any of that?
Oh, maybe we have to. Okay, what size do we want?
So small is 2 to 4 and standard's 5 to 10. So it depends on how much of a crew we want. If we want to start small and then expand,
We were
that's
talking
totally
about
cool.
we were talking about having some little guys instead of a full crew
Mhm.
and then maybe only having like 1 or 2 NPCs. So small seems
Yeah.
like a start to me. We could always change it later if we want to.
Yeah.
Maybe
Like,
I
Yeah,
have
you
to
know,
it's the
manually
same
keep track.
stakes.
I'm gonna manually keep track. Okay.
So we might end up going with standard for it since the small is only like up to 4, which means just 1 NPC. And I don't know how that works with the critters, but we'll look into that later. We'll put that in as a placeholder.
Yeah.
You want to put
Um,
standard as a placeholder or small?
Let's just put standard. Standard means normal.
Costs
Yeah.
the same amount of stakes to me.
Yeah.
So
Let's
Why
go
not?
standard. Let's do it.
let's get a bargain. Okay. What kind of hull do we want?
Oh, these are all really good.
Whoa, there's so
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm looking at
many.
junk strung, but then I saw floraflage. Floraflage.
Okay. So, just for the sake of chat, I am going to read some of these names out loud of like some of the options for the whole. This is basically what our ship is made out of, the material that it's made out of. So
And
I'm
if
just
you
going to go
want
down the
to-
line and read them so that the people on stream can hear like how freaking gnarly some of these things are. Reef
Yeah, you can
iron,
read the descriptions too. I'm going to step
metal
away for just 1
plating.
second. I'll be back.
Yeah, metal plating from decommissioned ships reshaped to make our ship. Leviathan bone. Broadwood is wooden planks cut from the more reliable trees of Wildsea. So like that would be like the ship that's like an example in the book is that giant branch cut off and made like a huge ship.
Yeah, like a big old spoon.
Yeah. Rough bark harvested from the iron roots, irregular and tough to maintain, but easy for others to overlook at a distance. So that's like camouflage, basically.
Ooh, good camouflage. Yeah.
Chitinous, made from the collected shells of the Wildsea's larger insects. I'm already interested in that one. We can come back to it.
Okay.
Razor scale, an exterior of interlocking scales, sloughed or harvested from a Wildsea beast, sharpened for effectiveness. So that's like hide, scales, spikes.
Armor.
Beastback,
Tough.
half-living hull of flesh and bone, flexible and unsettlingly warm. That
Makes me feel weird.
Well, no, but I mean, like, if it's half living, having like some sort of like cyborg chameleon
Ooh.
sounds pretty freaking rad, though. Like,
Okay, that description.
Yeah.
Oh, look! I found a chameleon example in the book.
That kind of looks like a water strider bug. But yes, like that. The concept art in this game is like scratches the brain itch, you know? Like I
Yes.
just get the good
for sure.
chemicals. Chrysalid, a hull adapted from the cast-off chrysalis of a massive insect. Excellent protection against the sea's incursion. Interesting. Ceramic, a shell of heavily baked clay, ostentatious and brittle unless very carefully maintained. So you can have like
No
a
to that one.
porcelain teapot ship.
Sounds
I'm gonna say
crazy.
no. I'm like, I deal enough with
That
ceramics.
one's fun, but it's not for this. Yeah. Here's your fun fact for the day. The difference between a chrysalis and a cocoon. Butterflies have chrysalis. It's where the body of the butterfly literally turns into the chrysalis. And moths have cocoons that they spin silk around themselves. So a cocoon is like a blanket, where the chrysalis is like the outer skin shell connected to the actual animal. So they are different things. There's your fun fact.
I'm here to learn.
It is extremely frustrating that the very hungry caterpillar calls it a cocoon because it's not.
It's
That's fine. It's fine.
It's hard to teach like 3-year-olds how to say chrysalid, though.
Did you see Arachnus?
Well, okay, so we're going down the list here. That's the next one.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Ghost oak, Pale as death and
Mhm.
remarkably flexible, ghost oak is rarely found growing outside of the lightless depths of the drown. So we could have haunted tree ship,
I love haunted tree ship.
right?
But
I mean, like,
Mm.
that's your aesthetic.
that's totally my aesthetic.
Arachnesque, less of a hull and more of a giant insect grown to fit the specifications of your frame, usually something spider-like. Okay, 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 okay,
Mhm.
okay. Exile's copper, a rare metal that weighs far, far less than it has any right to, prized for racing ship hulls.
Hmm.
All right, so that's if
We
you're trying to
want
do
fast.
steampunk, that's copper. Okay. And then junk strung is the mark of a ship
It's
well
3.
scarred and oft repaired. A junk strung hull is barely a hull at all, more a collection of scavenged metal, driftwood, and animal bones. Okay, so this is like the garlic bulb guy that sells you that will buy your junk in Spiritfarer. That's his raft is what this is.
It costs 0 stakes. I mean,
Well, yeah,
in
because
case we're curious.
Floraflage, a hull of living vegetation grown purposefully around your frame, blends easily into the seascape. Flower, okay. And
I
monument,
really do
an
that
absurd
way.
affectation in a world of flexible branches and endless depth. Monument hulls are made of appallingly heavy mountain stone. So you can just straight up sail a frickin' rock. Just a rock.
Heck yeah.
Just a rock. Or we can customize it.
So of those, the Arachnesque, that's like sort of a spider situation, was interesting. The Beastback one was also kind of interesting, and then the chitinous one that's like shells from insects and stuff.
Yeah.
Seemed kind of fun because it sounds like we're going for that, like at least based on animal movement, if not actually
Mhm.
at least partially animal. Do we
Yeah.
are there any of those that are like they feel like the one?
I mean, I do like the chitinous, especially because it's also a 1 stake as opposed to the chrysalid, which or chrysalid and arachnis are both 2 stakes each. Even though I really love the floraflage, but I don't know if it makes sense. That makes sense.
I was thinking the same thing. I'm one to like spend less stakes, and then if we come back and we have more, we can always upgrade.
Well,
Mhm.
then in that case, just looking at what they are, the chitinous one is speed, Beastback is seals and tilt, and the Arachnesque is tilt and stealth.
Oh, I like the stealth one though.
That that kind of feels. I'm not entirely sure what tilt is.
Is tilt like
Tilt is
steering?
a measure of maneuverability and how well your ship can tackle the sharper dips and rises of the waves. You'll likely roll your tilt rating when tackling one of the larger treetop waves or when diving down into the tangle to evade a pursuer or
And then
when
how do
trying to keep
seals?
steady during a root quake or storm. Seals is a measure of how well your ship keeps the Wildsea out while traveling. Likely roll that when there's like a spore swarm, insect swarm, or other potentially invasive presence.
Gotcha.
Mm.
So
So I feel
I'm
like
kind of thinking, mhm.
sorry, I was Beastback is seals and tilt, and then Arachnesque is tilt and stealth. So both of them have tilt, and I'm kind of leaning that way over the chitinous, like you said, because that one's just
Yep.
speed.
I like
So
the spider one.
Yeah, I think Arachnis is
okay,
the way to
yeah.
go.
Do it. So say
I
we
think
all.
we're all really on board for that. Yeah.
I'm just like I feel like we can make any of those ones work. So this is also just kind of determining like how we want the ship to function too. So
Mhm.
like that works out well for me, I think. Um,
Hmm.
And then the next thing we need to pick is the bite, the mechanism that lets a ship cut through the tangled waves of the Wildsea.
Oh, it's chainsaw.
It could be a chainsaw. It could be that we
There's so many.
Yeah, there's a lot of options.
Oh
Quick
my
question though,
goodness.
Ooh,
before we
crawler's
do this
dope.
before we do this part, if you scroll, is there anywhere on here to like save?
No.
Because I remember when I was building my character that it like had like a save button at the bottom that I didn't realize it was a save button.
Mm,
I don't have a save.
Okay, so this might not be a character creation. This might just be editing the
Yeah.
finished character sheet then.
Mhm.
So I'm just wondering, like, if you go back to the main screen right now and then come back to this before we add in all the things.
Oh,
If
wait.
you went back to the main group screen and then came back to this, would we lose everything or? Because I want to know
No.
that now before we.
Now I gotta remember how to get back to the main screen.
I think it's just that box, the box icon.
This box? Oh yeah, there we go.
Ah,
So in ships, I have our little. I just wrote test and it saves it.
yes.
Okay, cool.
Beautiful.
So it is saving. That's the part that I wanted to be sure. Okay, so a ship's bite determines its motive force, how it cuts through or otherwise traverses the vast canopy of the rustling waves. In most cases, your bite is directly connected to your ship's engine, the next choice you'll make in the shipbuilding process, and as long as the engine is running, you'll have control of the speed and direction of your ship. Okay, so common bites. Again, I'm just going to go down the list for the people reading at home. Saw prow, a Wildsea favorite. The saw prow is a chainsaw edge that runs down the curve of the prow. Impellers, large jet-like outboard engines that push the ship through the waves with brute force. Crawler, large finger-like mechanisms spread out around the front of the ship, allowing it to move through the waves with a crawling motion, similar to what we're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Underscales, thousands of flexing scales that worm the ship forward with a sly, sinuous motion. Okay, so that's like a snake kind of thing. Jag tracks, motorized grapple tracks along the keel and hull sides, a slow, solid, and reliable choice. Okay, so that's
No.
Wheels.
I already know what it's going to be, and it's actually not one we've said yet.
Okay, well, I'm going down the list anyway, so we're going to be patient.
Yep.
Sluice
I'll be
jets,
surprised when you get there.
pressurized sluice systems filled with photophobic chemicals for coating the hull and pushing the ship. So like hydraulics. Longjaw, an underslung chainsaw arrangement that extends from the front of the ship, chewing and pulling forward. Propeller cage, a cage housing that holds large airboat-style propellers used to push the ship forward. Okay, so that's like the kind of ships that are on like bayous in Florida or whatever. Navipede limbs, centipedal limbs lining the hull, letting a ship scuttle through the thrash.
I mean, do we have to continue?
I'm going to continue anyway,
Yeah,
but
we
that
do,
really
but-
feels like what it is.
Yeah.
Voltaic runners, crackling with barely contained lightning. These outboard contraptions let a ship float just above the churning branches of the sea. So this is, again, if you're going to have like a lightning ghost ship situation, that would be like your thing. Mulcher, grinding teeth in a lamprey style mouth. We are not going to have a lamprey ship. I want to have a good time.
-1 to stealth on that one.
Okay,
You could just hear the
know
vulture
what the
coming.
lamprey looks like because it's a tube sock with teeth on it. They're unpleasant.
Ugh. Gross.
And they like puppy pile on top of each other in a very erotic sort of way. Like not that they're doing anything wrong. They're good little boys, but they look like, I mean, they're flesh colored, so they just look very phallic just because of how they are. So when they pile on top of each other, it's just like I don't that's a frat party don't want to be invited to.
No, it just didn't get better as you kept talking. I was like, maybe it'll turn itself around and make itself appeal.
It won't. Not
didn't.
lampreys. No. Don't know what a lamprey looks like. Tenticulari, a living cluster of tendrils or tentacles attached to the ship's hull, carrying it through and across the waves in an unsettlingly alien motion. Okay.
I'm like, as we're listening to this, I'm like, okay, if it was just Grace, I know what she would choose. If it was just Jenna, I know what she would choose. All of us together, though, Navipede limbs.
Okay, but one of them at the very bottom, let me just real quick. There's also
Mhm, mhm.
sails. You can have a square sail, a sleek sail, sweat sails, tethered kites, gecko scales. Sure. And then
are the
under unique
sails-
ones is sharpened prow, which is a honed blade running the length of the ship's prow, beast
Mm.
reins, an arrangement similar to a leash or a yoke, allowing well-trained beasts to pull the ship like a chariot. And then grappling array, which is prow-mounted grappling hooks that are fired out to catch on branches and laboriously wound back in for slow, inexorable progress. Beast reins,
Yo.
though, could be interesting, especially if we're deciding that our ship sort of is the animal, not necessarily that we have beasts pulling it in front, but just having, instead of a steering wheel, you have like reins. I feel like that's
Okay.
could also.
Centipedal limbs. I was just going to see which ones. What does it come up with when we click on it?
So here's the thing about beast reins.
Oh, you can get giant centipedes as your beast.
We decided we weren't going to do the giant.
Oh, that's
centipedes.
right.
So here's the thing.
If they're big, I guess it's fine. They can't climb in my ear. That's the big thing. Is centipedes. My brain goes, they're gonna crawl in your ear while you're sleeping. Like that's
That's Indiana Jones
the
doing that to you.
navipede limbs that we're looking at give tilt, stealth, and massive spike damage. Those are all great.
Mhm.
And they're 2 stakes. The beast reins are 1 stake. They do have tilt, but they don't require an engine choice.
Oh, because they are the engine.
So they are the engine, which means if we did beast range, we would have more stake for other nonsense. But we haven't looked at the engines yet. We might like the engine nonsense.
Die?
Well, then our ship is dead. And then it turns into a bone ship. Or a ghost ship.
I'm kind of digging the beasts.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, is even if we're just like treating it like, instead of having animals in front of it like reindeer, instead having it like we have reins on a giant cyborg chameleon lobster chameleon, I don't know, something like that, then we don't actually need an engine, and then it's only 1 stake. So that's a
Did you
lot
have
of
to
extra.
Care and feed and sleep them? It says.
Well, we have to do that for us too.
Oh yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
have
that
to.
does mean that
I don't have to do that.
There's going to be a portion of time where we will have to like stop, as opposed to with an engine, we can basically just keep going, because the beast will need to sleep as well.
Do we want to just have beasts on the ship as part of our like our crew, and then have an engine instead?
So how about this? Why don't we look at the engines, and if none of them feel like what we're looking for, we go, okay, beast reins. And if we're like, man, that engine's going to be perfect, then we go with
there's so many.
Velocipede. Does that feel reasonable?
Yeah, that works. I like that.
Oh my god. Already these are cool.
Rat wheel.
Chemical compressor. Spring works. Parasite pitcher, a large pitcher plant coaxed into taking root in the engine housing, vines intermingling with the ship's systems. A freaking pitcher plant? Okay, that's awesome. Steam piping, rat wheel exchange.
You can go very steampunk here.
It's rats on a wheel. Pulsing cocoon, an unknown insect shifts inside, glutting on dreams and spinning them into an ebb of arachnotic force. Crews report intensively vivid dreams. That's freaking awesome. Okay, so if we're talking about if we are talking about having a cyborg chameleon mantis shrimp, it can be like infected. It can have like mushrooms on it. It can have like a pulsing cocoon if it wants to, right? Like it's a strong, independent mantis shrimp, and if it wants to be infected by an unknown insect cocoon, like who are we to stop it from living its intensely vivid dreams?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jawbox, a noisy wood-fueled engine that creates huge clouds of smoke and dust with minimum chance of flame. Well, that's nice because
Not very
I
stealthy.
imagine probably fire is bad. Solar
It
compressor.
says so in
Yeah,
the book.
it's
It says
really
fire's
bad.
bad.
Solar compressor is solar powered. Magnetic coils, so like Tesla coils. Ceramic batteries, giant like trigun style batteries. Acid maw, an open chemical vat that melts down scrap metal, piping the resulting pressurized slurry around the ship.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Hmm.
So we have to
Tamed
scavenge.
hive, a buzzing organic engine of honeycombs and crawling workers, their movements a complex dance. That would be fun if we wanted bees as little guys.
Oh, we get fresh
Mhm.
engine honey once per journey.
Oh,
And honey.
Yeah, it says we get to eat it.
Okay, I kind of love
I
that
mean,
one, but let's keep going.
yeah.
Okay.
Reclaimed burner, an ancient burner that runs on processed chemical fuel salvaged from the innards of a pre-verdant ship.
My favorite is
Requires
liable to
excessive
explode.
ventilation. Don't use this. Rope golem, a semi-sentient mass of animated ropes running through the rooms and corridors of the ship. And
I
Leviathan,
really
heart,
love
an
that.
actual Leviathan heart still beating reflexively, hooked up to the ship, pumps viscous black fuel through pipes and valves. Oh, okay. So if our beast guy was,
Requires.
well, listen, like if
Sorry.
our beast guy was fully robotic with a Leviathan heart,
That's pretty dope. Yeah. And
Let's
it
have
says
good
requires
speed
no
and
fuel.
control.
Requires no fuel, but in a particularly ominous way. That sounds pretty dope.
I kind of really like that one.
I'm
Yeah.
sorted down with the tamed hive and I'm sorted down with the Leviathan heart. Let's see. Leviathan heart is speed, tilt, and no fuel, which I love. Tamed hive is speed, seals. We have seals and tilt, right? Because we went for the what's a thingy?
We've got tilt, stealth, tilt, armor.
Okay.
Okay.
And then did we decide to do the beast one? Is that what we, or did we go velocipede?
Well, if
I
we
think
do the
we're ending
beast,
up
then we don't
more-
need an engine.
yeah,
So
we
I
don't
think,
need one, but like as a treat. But I think we could probably still do the velocipede legs on it and make it like a big robot. Of these options, I feel like I'm leaning towards Leviathan heart because that's sick nasty, and then just have other little guys on it.
Here for it. I think like
we wanted
that
to do
plus
we
the
wanted to do crawler, right? Not
right. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Right.
crawler. Not
Okay.
not the
No,
yeah.
no, wait.
Did I get it mixed up?
because we did
Wait.
I think we were between Arachnus and that other thing up here.
No, crawlers for the bites. So the crawler is the large finger-like mechanism spread out around the front of the ship, allowing it to move through the waves, versus the navipede limbs, which are the centipedal limbs lining
Oh,
the
there they
hull,
are.
blah de blah, and then the beast trains, which is what we know.
So that gives us tilt, stealth, speed, tilt, stealth. So it's fat. It's very nimble and very quiet and fast.
Okay. I do love that.
I do love that too. Okay, let me just make sure I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're at 8 out of 15 right now.
Okay.
I don't hate this.
I'm
kind of really digging it.
Hate it.
I love that it's got a creepy little inside.
No, it's probably homey inside.
No, it'd be the heart, the
Oh,
unknown
I mean-
heart that has like a weird,
Yeah, a little
like
bit.
don't question why it works.
And then fittings. Once the design is covered, you can add more specialized options to your ship in the form of fittings. Fitting choices are all optional and come in the form of motifs, so themes you can choose for the ship, giving your basic equipment and alterations useful for certain common activities. Okay, additions, so like adding stuff on, rooms, armaments, weapons, and outriders, smaller vessels with limited range that can be launched from the main ship.
Okay. So my thought on the fittings portion, because all of this is optional, I think we hold off on the motifs and maybe some of the additions because it sounds like we want to prioritize our little guys, which are
Yeah.
going to be in step 3. But
So
I
we
do
should
think
do
that
the pack and then come back to it.
yeah,
think
I do
you're
think we
correct.
need weapons of some sort though.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Okay, so the fact that one of the packs is like the first thing that comes up when you look at the packs is an octopus with a bunch of little tool belts around each arm and like a little mask, like a welding mask on. So entirely my aesthetic. I am kind of feeling gaslit. Like, did I make this game? Did I make this game?
The Geist octopus. That one is 3 stakes right there. How many do we have left?
It doesn't matter. They're worth it.
That would leave us with 4.
Okay, where were
Geist
we?
octopus is a little bit of everything in one cool cephalo package. Once per journey, the Geist octopus allows a single crew member to roll something in place of their dice on
Ooh.
any task it could help with. That's so fun.
That's really nice.
Glass shell snails, though, seem fun. Glow
Which one
bug
are we
parade.
on? Are we on motifs?
Yes. No.
Mantis centuries? Like, come on.
Page 184. Packs. We're on packs. Gangs. Gangs. Those are all humans. Fuck those. Those are also all humans. Yeah, we are looking at packs. Beast packs. I do really want those rig ferrets. Or the bats. Bats, ferrets.
Can we just overrun the
squirrels.
ship with every little guy? Can we just
Yes. Please. Yes.
I don't think it doesn't say that you can only have one type of pack, by the way. It doesn't say that.
Exactly. I like the idea of the foxes as well, but I don't think we need them. They'd be too big, wouldn't they? Okay. So my nominations, I will read right quick. Rig ferrets, used to tie and untie knots far above the deck on ships that evoke the sea feeling of the old salt sea. So they're just helpful babies. And then there's the whirling bats who lend an appreciably gothic look to your ship from a distance, but are unexpectedly friendly up close. So they are more aesthetic. They would not be necessarily helpful. So maybe no. The squirrel flingers might actually be very helpful. Tiny but ferocious. Pack of squirrels armed with miniature slings. They fight at range to defend the ship, gaining focus every now and then to deal LR, blunt, keen, or spike damage.
Question for you
really
two.
like an army of squirrels.
Have y'all played Mass Effect?
I've started it recently.
Okay. It would be difficult to so there's in Mass Effect, which is like a game in the future, there's aliens, spaceship, whatever. The big government, you know, New York City or DC or whatever, that's like the space capital of humanity, is like a found salvaged citadel. It's not one that humans made, and there are just this alien race on it that I don't remember what they're called, maybe like the Keepers or something like that, that don't talk and they don't interact with people and they don't seem to eat or sleep or anything. All they do is like maintain the citadel, like they just live there. And they're very like, you stay out of their way. They're doing their job. They're just little guys. And that is like the first thing I thought of when I saw the Geist octopus, because like we have this Leviathan heart, and it specifically says like it doesn't need fuel in a really unsettling kind of way. And in my mind, these octopi that have like the little like welding mask and all the little tool belts and everything on their arms are just like going around doing their business, keeping the Leviathan heart going. Like, I just love them so much. Grace, you don't know this, but my special interest is ocean things, and mermaids and octopi are like my favorite animal ever. So
Totally
the second
fine.
that I saw this picture, it was just over because
Yeah.
I will use all of my stakes to make sure we have at
Yeah.
least one octopus.
No, I say we go for it. How much
I'm
would that
okay with
leave us
that.
with?
Okay, where are we? I was tallying up ratings. So where are we in fittings? And which part of fittings are we in?
We are at packs.
So we did packs first because we care about that more, and then we were like, whatever's left over, we'll put into fittings.
Question:
What?
Where would packs fit under? Outriders,
maybe
armaments, rooms,
undercrew.
undercrew.
So on the left it says type, and we want
There we go.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Oh boy, the lemurs. Okay, here we go. Where are we in the Geist octopus?
Yeah.
3 stakes.
Let's do it. Let's jump on in.
I just feel like it would go really well with the Leviathan heart.
Added 3 stakes.
And it's a little bit ridiculous that I'm like, no, I will have an octopus mechanic, because I just drew. I didn't put him on screen. I will need to like get the art from somewhere else in order to do that. But I made a little guy for Choya, and I've showed you guys. He's a mechanical frog, and he's like a robot glass teapot. So he like brews the tea inside like the bullfrog part, and his name is Herbert, which is like a joke because it sounds like ribbit, but also herb is like because he's herbal tea. So I made him, and now I'm like, okay, Herbert, I love you. However, Geist octopus. But the other thing though that we could do, if you think about it, Allie, are you still there?
She stepped away for a hot second.
Okay, she can probably still hear us though. Is instead, and I am saying this, instead of a Geist octopus pack, we could have glass shell snails, but instead of them being snails, they are the glass teapot frogs that I designed. Because it would be kind of the same thing.
What did the glass snails add to the ship? Where are they?
Fashion.
Oh, they don't do work.
They basically make it so that you have like dim lighting throughout all the things. Wait.
Yeah, there's some of them do things, and
medical mosquitoes.
I was looking at the. Okay, there are not enough moths or beetles in our packs. Let's see.
I am worried that the octopuses are 3 stakes, though.
It is a lot.
It's a lot. We only have 4 stakes left.
But we only have 4 left total? I thought we or after the octopus.
After the octopus.
After the octopus. Okay.
Yeah. Do you just want to leave it, and then we can finish the rest of these, and then we can come back and negotiate the pack?
Yeah, let's do it.
Because I feel like we could make a very reasonable argument for having.
I mean, that's why they're so expensive.
Because they do something.
Yeah, because it allows a crew member to roll 6d6 in place of their usual dice. In their pool. So like if we're in a really bad spot, those octopus.
That's like basically a crew member.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a really well stacked crew member, because building your dice pool in this game is not easy.
So that it could be.
I mean, I don't care what the pack is. That sold me on octopuses. But like,
so let me see.
He's got a little mask.
I think motifs, we say, screw it, we'll upgrade later. Additions, again, so the anchor system is free. So I say we grab that free anchor system
Okay.
in additions. Okay, cool. And then under rooms, none are free. Okay. Deck
Panic
weapons.
room.
Yeah. In Outriders, there's the launching and docking, and the tow line is free. So I say we grab that one because we've already kind of, pimped our ride a good amount.
Okay.
And
So
these
I'm
are all
looking
things
through
that
the
we can update.
motifs, and I actually think we should pick one. So what a motif is, I was thinking it was like skins, basically. But what a motif is like what kind of crew you are. So transport,
Oh yeah, it's important.
hauling, hunting, salvaging, pathfinding, raiding, rescue, research, or entertainment. And that is something that we probably want to know.
They are each
Yeah.
2 stakes. So that's why I'm saying that's something that we can basically brainstorm for free. And then when we actually select one, when we actually select one, then we can do an upgrade.
Well, we've
But since
picked
it's 2
everything
stakes,
else we've picked is free. So
So
does
far.
it do so far?
but we still have the rooms and then our weaponry. And I think we really want
Oh
some
yeah.
arraignments on here, which is going to be, it looks like a minimum of 3 stakes, depending on deck versus hull.
Mm-hmm.
And you are looking at armaments, is that where you are?
Yeah. Page 179.
Trebuchet. Oh, this one's 1 stake. Winch claws.
Yeah, for the hull weapons. All of the deck weapons are 2 stakes. All of the hull weapons are 1 stake.
Get a cannon.
Oh,
we got a ramming. Oh, remember, our ship is fast, quiet, and nimble. So we should pick a weapon that works really well with being fast, quiet, and nimble. Like a proud, like this guy ramming your ship, or a wedge cutting edge. Deals massive CQ hewing damage.
We can have a water purifier and a fruiting tree and a night farm.
What? Where are you, Jenna?
I'm looking at additions and we can just make a spirit boat.
Weapons. We're like, how can we kill other ships? And you're like, look at these amazing things. It cracks me up so much. I feel like it's a perfect juxtaposition.
I'm like, yeah, whatever. Weapons. Who cares about weapons? You can have fruit trees or a night farm. A night farm is a dark covered soil pit for growing mushrooms. Automatically acquire a mushroom-based specimen when you use a task to tend to the night farm. So what if, when I was like, oh, it can grow things on it, it can be infested if it wants to as a treat. What if it but we have a little mushroom farm on it?
I'm fine
How many
with
stakes
that.
is it?
Yeah.
Just
Oh yeah.
one.
Oh, it's just one.
Okay, we're definitely getting that. But
Allie,
what if we only do?
Can I do the blade? I think like a bladed hull.
Absolutely. I
Literally,
say
whatever
yes.
you want. I only care about the mushrooms.
Okay.
And I kind of think we just do a hull weapon and get a deck weapon later. Thoughts, feelings?
Great. We can do
Okay,
that.
cool. We got it.
So what is rooms additions? Where is it? Addition. Wait, where's
There it
your
is.
where's
By
your
the anchor system.
mushroom
I was
farm?
looking at additions.
Okay, mushroom farm.
Yes. It's
Where
like
are you,
near,
mushroom
it's like
farm?
near the bottom.
Night
Night
farm?
farm.
Oh, a lightning rod. Oh, we don't need it because we don't have ceramic batteries.
We have you.
That's true. We do have me. I have to be recharged by storm, so we're gonna have to go into storm so that I can recharge.
Luminous.
For that,
balloons.
I was thinking it could be fun that we do a research motif. But we can come back to that later. So also, just while you're looking at additions real fast, one of the other additions that I was looking at, and I don't think we need to do this because it would be 1 stake, but one of the things you could do is firefly lanterns. It's a network of lanterns that glow when woken or sent to sleep by tapping on the glass, and they follow you around any part of the ship. And I'm thinking like, oh, actually, the little glass robot frogs could do that too. Like they could be the
Yeah.
lights on the ship is just little. That could be the frogs. Like that. If we wanted to do it that way, that would also be entirely
They
reasonable.
could
I'm
also
not worried about that
do
at this
the
moment because
yeah.
we've got other things to pick.
Okay.
Well, I
Do
mean,
you
they
need
could
to
also
pick
be the shutter lamps.
rooms and motifs?
So these are all optional. How many do we have 4 left?
So let me see. Free 1, free 1. So I have to add 2. So that would bring us up to
Okay.
13. So we have 2 left.
2 left.
For
So we
Okay,
don't
so
have
that
to
would
have
be a
any
motif.
rooms because I think all the motifs are 2
Mhm.
minimum.
But didn't we already put a placeholder motif in, or did I miss that?
We did not.
Oh, okay. We can have a panic room, which is for like safety, but y'all have anxiety, so I'm thinking just like a sensory room.
So sorry, one of my cats just took a shit next to me.
No.
No.
Why?
His litter box is there, but didn't cover it.
Oh. I thought you meant like he just came up to your desk and was like, "Hey, mom,
No.
you want to see a magic trick?"
No, they're sweet little babies. I mean, the rooms all sound really cool. A medical bay is always smart. I'm wondering if maybe a tap room. Okay. I'm wondering if maybe we save those 2 and we pause, we save the ship as is, and then we talk to Vanessa about the kind of story that they're crafting for us, and it like go into like what is going to be better for you as the GM. Is it going to be if we have a lot of little guys helping us out? Is it going to be a variety of rooms, or do you want us to use these last 2 to select a motif? You know,
Oh, I kind
so
of really like this one.
I also thought the
oh,
observation platform was really
mhm.
cool.
Okay, so
Especially
for
if we're looking
placeholders,
for storms. I'll put that
what if we
one
do
as a placeholder.
observation, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna be my pitch for you guys. We do the observation, but also rig ferrets. They each cost 1, and that would max us out.
So here's the other thing we could do. We could do the beast thing and not have an engine, and then we would get
Mhm.
like 3 stake back.
With the Leviathan heart.
We would lose
Cool.
1 speed and 1 tilt. Because I don't think Beast gives us only tilt, not speed. And we'd have to worry about feeding them. So we'd have to constantly be grabbing food, rest for not only the beast pulling the ship, but also the little guys in the ship.
I mean, I'm not saying that's what we have to do. I'm just saying if there's like things we can't live without, we can cut 3 stake there if we needed to.
That's true.
Let's see, 1 stake, 1 stake. The hole we chose is 2 stakes. The bite is 2 stakes, and the engine is 2 stakes.
I do think at this point it's time for us to bring in Vanessa to get like their feedback on like what they're hoping we accomplish from the ship, if that makes sense, to make it just like more collaborative, and then that way they can kind of steer us get it in the right direction of which way to go, if that makes
All
sense.
of that is fine and reasonable.
Oh, shit, I didn't put the octopus in here. I'm gonna add these up while you guys are talking.
Okay.
And then I did have a short list of like names that I had come up with. That I don't actually know if they fit the kind of vibe that we're going for. But I had some that I came up with. And if you guys have any names that you come up with, then we can also add them to the ship name ideas thing on the Google slide just to kind of keep it all together. And then like once Vanessa gives us all our details, then we'd be able to like figure it out.
Yeah.
We're currently over by 1.
Boo.
Oh.
I think that means we have to say goodbye to the octopi.
Well, this is also with the
Probably.
motif in there.
Yeah, I did add I added our placeholder. So if we just get rid of the octopi just for now.
Yeah, because I honestly think the
that
motif
would
is
take
going to
us
be
down.
more. Yeah, I think the motif is
I
probably.
mean,
Well, Vanessa
know.
will be able to like help. But if we're like adventurers going all over the place and you're like specifically like a storm chaser, then research feels, because like Choi is all about like finding new different ingredients for tea.
Yeah.
And you're just like living on the edge and you're a storm chaser. And it feels like if you put all of those things together, we're like trying to go different places.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think
Maybe
mostly
salvaging or whatever. Like there are other things that we could, or pathfinding. Like there are other ways to do it.
I don't see why there's no reason why, like, if Choi, so like I think the background that I'm playing with is that my character just gets hired to like on because of their experience with storms when we run into storms. It just so happens that I need storms to recharge all of my lightning powers also. So like there's no reason why, if maybe Choi is backed by a major research person and then I just get hired on.
Yeah.
So like the storms are like, I'm sure we will run into them as part of like our natural journey, but I wonder like if there's a reason why we would be researching.
Yeah.
I'm just, well, I mean, yeah, it would be, you could call it scavenging, you could call it pathfinding, and those things would also be very reasonable, where like the salvaging has like a modified cargo area with workbenches and tools, and that's cool. And
Yeah.
a grappling cane, and that's fun too, but like research
do
has
love the
a
grappling
library for delving into secrets and lore, and a higher level of general technology. And
I
a
really do
giant
like the research.
old-timey camera mounted on the deck.
We do have an
Yeah,
observation deck.
So that just feels like that. But yeah, I mean, when we get back together with Vanessa, like that will be the thing that we can figure
Yeah,
out.
because it's I'm realizing now, I'm kind of like, man, it's a little bit difficult to like choose a motif at this point because we don't really know like what our like mission
Our
like we haven't
If we did the
gotten the
bonds
orders.
and talked to Vanessa about what kind of game she was going to run, then
Yeah,
it'd be easier to choose a motif. So that seems like a
absolutely.
next time thing.
Yeah, and I
real
feel like
quick-
with the motifs, it's not giving us like solid information on like what do we get out of it, as opposed to the other things, which is part of why I was like, we can figure that out after our first mission.
Yeah. The other thing though is I feel like there should be more options for motifs. Like, what if we were a food truck?
I think that goes under entertainment, maybe, or
I mean,
hunting.
I think
like,
so.
But like, hear me out though. Like, where entertainment is like you get a gaudy appearance and a theatrical stage. What if we get like a big kitchen and like we could be like a traveling food truck and we sell ramen and tea and mushrooms with a tap room. Like, you know what I mean? Like we could. I feel like
tap room in a kitchen.
if Vanessa were here, we could put together our own custom one. Is what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like,
okay. I'm all aboard with the food. I'm okay. Sorry. I am obsessed with this idea of us being an apocalyptic food truck.
We're right back to the SS bar. The names that I came up with real quick were, and these are very like on brand for me kind of ship names. And we don't have to go with them, but they're just, this is how my brain does syllables, is the Amber Macintosh, the Evening Turmeric, the Silken Adjacent, the Climbing Variants, and the Gossamer Pale.
Okay. Hear me out. The Crusty Station.
Station. Crusty I can get with, but station feels...
Crustation.
Crusty Station.
No, like I get you, but it... That doesn't make me feel like little hole in the wall indie restaurant. That
Yeah.
makes me feel like gas station. Like, don't eat the
Oh,
food.
okay.
Krusty Krab.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nickelodeon
no,
might get
you're
mad
right.
at us for
You're
that.
right. You're right. I think that
We could come up with something about like some play on like mechanical mushroom something. But okay,
Yeah.
I really like I will let this simmer because I love the idea of being I'd make teas. We could be a tea shop.
We could be a tea shop.
We could be a food truck. We could be all sorts of things. We could be also like a food truck was just something that I said like as an example, but then the second I said it, I was like, ooh,
No,
I make very good points.
it's the only thing I can connect to now. You said it and I'm broken. No, but we could talk about like our actual like goals and stuff and bring up our MO, our motif in the next session, and kind of like, because I feel like that will also influence the names based on what we end up doing there, because the name for a research ship will be very different from God, it smells so bad. I'm sorry. I like fine. It's fine. But it would be very different than like a little like hole in the wall food shop, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I kind of really like the fun guys. Star Drew with the fun guys
Oh
coming
man. It will
And
grow
I just
on you. Shut up.
through. My grumpy character being signed on to the fun guys ship. Just being like, somebody puts a paper hat on their like, no,
My
go deliver
God.
this to the customers.
Oh, do they do nearby ship delivery? I'm sorry, I'm getting very excited. I'm so sorry. We don't have to do a food truck. We do not have to. I got very excited. We don't have to go in that direction. Will we? I don't know. Stay tuned next time.
I want to do a food truck.
Yes. Okay.
You
good.
don't have to talk me into it. You have to talk me out of it.
Well, now
No,
I kind of
I'm
feel
all
like
in.
we should just real quick see what it would cost to add a kitchen, a galley, and a tap room.
Yeah.
And we will get rid of let's get rid of the observation deck real quick.
Look, and we're doing a custom motif. It can be a one steak motif.
Sure. It could just be a ship.
Snap.
And then, what is that? How many steaks did that add? 2 steaks. So that's only going to be 14.
Beautiful.
Easily.
So it could be
Look at
done.
us go.
It could totally be done.
Jenna, look me in the virtual eyes right now and hear me out. Octopus sous chef. He's got so many spatulas.
How do I fund this?
He's got the patties over here. He's
Did I
using another
spell it
tentacle, and he's draining out the whatever. Another one is operating a panini press. Like,
There we go.
oh, okay. I think this
couldn't
is a good
spell fun
stopping
guy,
point,
though.
Yeah. Actually, there's a bar and restaurant up the street called Fanoogies. So,
we
but
are.
I do think it's.
I still think we could be a research ship because are we not researching for the best and most delicious foods
Yes.
in the wild sea?
I think so. We need the best ingredients. Where do we find them? Let's find out. We'll research it.
Well, but that's what I'm saying is like we could be like scavengers, like collecting
yeah.
ingredients. We could
Salvaging.
Yeah, like there are many ways that we could do this.
The hunting also gives you an array of hunting and butchery tools.
Ah, that's a good one. What happens if I change it to that? Let's just get rid of research.
I mean, we could also spin it as rescue. We look for people in need and we're like, "Oh no, you're hungry. Let's fix your ailments with our food." I'm gonna go watch Delicious in Dungeon now.
That's honestly, I feel like that's where we're going.
So anyway, we stay tuned because we're apparently like a chameleon, cyborg chameleon / mantis shrimp food truck with tea.
Didn't we say at the beginning of the session that we wanted the stupidest, weirdest ship on the planet?
We got there. We got there.
I feel like we achieved it.
But that's what I'm saying. Can I just say for the record how, like, I had a blast playing D&D the past couple years with everybody on this channel, but like you would have to hack so bad in order to get this sort of stuff in D&D, and the fact that this system just like lets you do this just makes my heart so happy. Like this is the kind of weird that I have always wanted to be in a game. And I usually will do it anyway, despite the mechanics. But this game is like, oh, you want to be this kind of like solar punk weird? Okay. And I'm like,
I'm so here for it. I'm so on board.
I did change it to the chameleon.
The China
it seemed really funny. Here you go.
All right, you all. I think we're signing off also because I have 6% battery left on my laptop and no charger in sight. So,
oh no!
Jenna, where can we find you?
Basically nowhere. I am drowning in work all the time and haven't been able to stream forever, which is very sad for me, but unfortunately getting paid has to come first. Well, I say it's really sad. I'm working on games. It's cool stuff, but it's not streaming.
Yeah.
But you can also find me on Random Encounters Guild. We do this every other Sunday, and the off Sundays for Wildsea, I'm on Random Encounters Guild. I'll be playing Traveler. I will be playing Judah, your local, very reasonable ex-corporate espionage eco-terrorist. And everybody else is old military guys. So,
oh hell yeah,
yeah, it's gonna be so good. So you know, next Sunday, Random Encounters Guild.
Awesome. Grace, where can we find you and stuff?
Here every other Sunday, and nowhere else on the internet. Again, I'm new to all of this, so you can always find me usually playing on home games or working my day job and reading lots of books, but I guess if you want to play with me more, you can contact my manager Allie. That's just going to be a running bit for the rest of the season.
Fine.
Somebody's going to contact you. Fine. I just know it. Yeah, you can't find me really anywhere but here. So come back here in 2 Sundays from now and we'll play again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm Allie. Basically copy and paste what Jenna said about the first part there, and that's about the same. You can, if you want to watch some old VODs, you can check out the EFP channel. Other than that, I'm kind of taking a break from streaming. Other than this, I'm kind of taking a break from streaming right now. But check out my Etsy, Allie Slaw Design. I've got some shit there.
Lots of cool stuff up there.
Yeah, that's about it.
Okay, I know we said we're ending, but hear me out. What if instead of tea, we just go straight with the brewery thing you were talking about, and we call the ship the Pub Crawl?
Done. Fucking done. There it is. The Pub Crawl. Let's go. We're done. You're welcome.
Okay. Love you. Bye, everybody.
Bye.